The South African side spent 3 days on a team-bonding survival camp deep in the bush after their racial controversy from the original training camp, where they were building shelters and hunting for food. Tonight they're hunting for tries, and they're hunting for a lot of them. Immediately the ball taken by Dani Rosso, who scored a try against Uruguay, the Blue Bulls player. And Hohart gets it clear, but the ball is knocked forward by the number 8 for Georgia.
But a great start from Georgia, and it goes to what Francois was saying about organisation, having teams and regular teams selection done on a proper basis rather than these, compilations.
John Smith taken by Selbon Boom. Drayton Paulson in off the left wing. The car. Hohart. It's John Smith.
By advantage.
Advantage from Dickinson. The car. This time it's Jacques Fury. But he's going to go back to the original penalty as Stuart Dickinson, but they don't look as if they know each other terribly well so far, South Africa, do they?
Must be an interesting bonding trip.
Build enough shelters.
I think this is the right decision. The crowd don't like it, but in the proper test match, that's exactly what the captain would do, is go for goal. As we see what the penalty was hopefully for, probably the wrong side of the rack. But I think it's the right decision to go for a penalty. They've got big test matches coming up, and in those games you would go for goal to get points on the board, settle the team down, because it's certainly not been the best of starts from South Africa. Basic errors they've made.
Well, he can kick a bit. Hohart, 26 points in the 2002 Currie Cup final, but only 1 from 3 conversion attempts against Uruguay. That's successful though, and South Africa take the lead after 3 minutes and 42 seconds. South Africa 3 and Georgia 0.
Ball presentation not the best perhaps.
McKenzie waits, they've got to use it. That's spun, but the ball's out now. Gets help from Siklari. Pick up and drive from number 5, Didi Bulidze. Scragged back by Siklari, who's had a good game. And now here's the open side, Bulgashvili. Mudaradze. Katsadze. Big bullish man in midfield, always makes yards. Gets to that gain line. Mudaradze, Jim Shaladze. Oh, and poor handling in midfield. Did it go forward? It did, off the hand of Mark Velashvili, but it didn't matter because Lawrence Sepaka was caught offside. So Georgia have a chance to equalise.
Yeah.
Yes, it very much looks like Sepaka, the prop, was the man who was picked out, and Georgia's electing to go for goal, and unlike South Africa, the crowd thinks it's a marvellous decision.
Paleko Jim Shaladze, who scored all 9 points in the Rugby World Cup so far, including one drop goal. Like so many of these Georgians, even the out half is an ex-wrestler. They're pretty tough guys. .230 points he has in his career.
It's one of those ones where the crowd will tell you, I think. If it goes over, you'll hear it. A long way out of Sydney.
Welcome to Tbilisi. This could be more interesting than we at first thought.
There'll be a few people that get involved in the spread betting world that will be particularly uncomfortable at the moment, I suspect, because the odds were certainly not in favour of this sort of scoreline after this stage of the game. Just nearly 30 minutes played.
Well, they do love their rugby. They support the IRB World 7 Series. They reached the semi-finals in South Africa. Now that's a knock forward by Jim Shaladze. So they cannot afford to make those basic errors, because a team like South Africa should capitalise. And here's a chance for them now, through the hands, Jacques Fury. Dakar. And driving in, and driving towards the line for a try is Dani Rosso, and it did come from that elemental error from the Mshaladzi dropping a simple ball. South Africa capitalise, and that's more of what we expected from them. South Africa 8, Georgia 3.
Well, it's bad defensive organisation by Georgia. Rosso took his chance well, ran hard and straight. He's a big lad for a 7, I have to say. But that hopefully will settle the South Africans down. As you say, it did come from a Georgia mistake from the kick-off, which was probably too deep. But they certainly needed to quieten the crowd down, I think, after that penalty by Georgia.
Hard there with the conversion attempt. And it's 100% so far from him. Danny Ross, yeah, is big for a flanker. He plays lock forward as well for Blue Bulls, and it's his second try of this 2003 Rugby World Cup.
Certainly, Selborne Boom was on the right wing for some odd reason, outside Stefan Terblanche. If I was Terblanche, I'd ask him to move inside pretty quick.
Good little line-out move, fine tackle by the scrum half Modar Badze on John Schmidt. Now to Koch, now to Huhar. Can they find any way through the midfield? It's Werner Grief. Advantage again to South Africa. And this time they might get through. Yes, they do. Derek Huhar, the out half. It was simple as you like. It's a second try for South Africa.
This is the man, I reckon, that can take South Africa forward. As we see Bakkies both up on the previous play. Referee was playing advantage. And as the ball comes out, certainly the try scorer, Hohan, just watch the way he changes his line. Comes in on a much straighter line, makes a late decision, and that gets him through the gap. Under the sticks, and he'll convert it pretty easily for the 7 points. It took its time coming, but when it went there, he came in pretty straight.
Conversion, so pretty happy opening to this game for Derek Huhart, who came in for the squad for Andre Pretorius. South Africa 17, Georgia 3. Not that long ago since they achieved independence from the USSR. And they hate the Russians, apparently, when these two teams meet. It is pandemonium. The take at the tail by Van Niekerk. Look at that for a try. That's a 22. The Georgians 22 taken on again by Bakkies Buda. South Africa using Buda and Selborne Boom on the burst. And there's no infringement there. They're 10 metres short. It's good presented ball for Rothenbach. 5 metres short, the Springboks. Here's the Koch. Huhart. Danny Rosso. And a try for South Africa. It's the number 8, Joe Van Niekerk. One of the remaining players from the game against England who scores the Springboks' 3rd try. And it was all about creating the extra man. The Georgian defence was sucked in.
It was also about facing passing abilities as well. And that was Schalk's the big run. And it was quick ball. That helped as well. Or quicker ball, I shouldn't say. It's not the quickest. Rothenbach obviously takes 2 or 3 to bring him down. The Koch knows it's going left, and it's basically draw the man, pass. Draw the man, pass. Thank you very much. Try time.
Good score for the former captain of the South African under-21s, that superb South African under-21 side. It included players like Jacques Fury, who's playing tonight, and Jean de Villiers. Well, if Lewis Kuhn had picked against England the way Huhart was kicked tonight, he might have pushed Clive Woodward's man. Different temperature, of course, in terms of atmosphere and importance of match.
Well, as the old saying is, that you can't practice pressure. It'll be interesting to see what he's like under it as we see the repeat of the try.
It's the 3rd match here. 2 more, including Scotland against Fiji, and Fiji will fancy themselves for that one after their scintillating victory against the Japanese last night. That's Chikaji. Modar Badze. Poor pass from the inexperienced scrum half. learning his trade. Here he is again. Mudarbazi, Jim Shaladze, Katsadze, 17 stone centre. See, he's hard to stop, isn't he? He really is massive. Watched them train yesterday. I thought he was one of the props when he came out on his training kit, and turned out to be the midfield general. Mudarbazi, Jim Shaladze. It's not a good pass from him, but it's picked up by Iloshvili. Play on, says the referee. Now he's going to bring them back because it's offside, I think, against South Africa, and it's a penalty pretty much in front of the post.
Last week, never got back.
Decision time for Katsadze, the captain. Might get points on the board. Get another big cheer for your team. There's a bit of... Yeah, he's going for goal. Shaladze's going for goal. Referee explaining to South Africa why he's penalised them. But there's no question that the second half is going to be particularly demanding for the Georgians. Just the physical fitness levels are vastly different between a true professional side like South Africa and the Georgians, who obviously don't get together that often.
They're just trying to time it just right, aren't they, to get every possible advantage in this scrummage. Mark Vilashvili on the tight head side already looks exhausted, and they've held it pretty well. That's Van Neerkerk. Rosso. Look at that Georgian defending, though. That really is tremendous stuff. The cock. Huhat. Oh, can they find pace in midfield through Pulsa? And that's Fury, but it's knocked backwards. Did Katsadze knock on? Referee's playing advantage to South Africa. Huhat chips through. Ooh, and just getting his hand to it was Kaftarashvili.
Do well to get back there. Disappointing option from South Africa. Go around the blind side with Van der Kerk, but I think that's half-time, I think.
It is indeed, and Georgia battled extremely well in this first half, but South Africa have scored 3 tries, and they lead Georgia by 24 points to 6.
Well, let's see if South Africa, from a set piece, go either way, probably go right, and they can do a decent and well-drilled back row move or backline move. They've had all week to practice, this team.
Neerkerk. He's got plenty of time to make his decision. It's a very strange one, really. Crabbing left and then right, and gets to Koch. John Schmidt. 5 yards made by John Schmidt. Huhat. Big runners in midfield, and it's Rosso once more. He is really superb at that, Rosso. Oh, that's class. Well, he does add something. He may be lacking in one area, but when it comes to line breaking and hitting the line at pace, he's not a bad exponent.
I know I've got no problems in that department at all. He runs hard and straight, he's got power. All I'm saying is he shouldn't be wearing number 7 on his back. And he runs hard and he runs straight. Better hands, and certainly Panelidze, number 14 from Georgia, didn't want to know. Outstretched arm, thank you very much. Perhaps the lifting wasn't the best either.
Yes, he wasn't fully supported, was he? And here's George again, and coming in off the left wing, Kaftarashvili trying to set the ball for Iloshvili. Whistle's gone. No advantage. There were hands on the ground from the South African defenders, so maybe another penalty opportunity. Will they go to the corner, or will Jim Shaladze have a pot of goal?
Just looking at Ricardo Laubscher there, the South African fullback. Day like this, he thought, great, good running game, do a bit of counter-attacking. Well, we haven't seen him in attack, have we, at all, hardly? And he'd be very disappointed with that. Terre Blanche and Pulsa haven't really had a run. South African hands in the ruck there, although to be fair to Schalk, he is on his feet, presuming that Schalk that's penalised. And he maintained his 100% record. Yes, Ricardo Laubscher, he came into the
Loubser rather, who came into the side for the very exciting Brent Russell, another of the South Africans who made his name through the 7 system. But he ain't here. This man is right here, right now. He scored all of Georgia's points in the World Cup, and he maintains that record. 29 points to 9 now.
We've got to be a bit patient too, George. Don't rush it. Just take your time, get organised.
12 taken by Siglari. Listen to the cheers, and they've scored. Georgia have got their first try of the tournament. The only side up to now who hadn't managed to breach the whitewash, and it's the hooker who's done it. Dadunashvili. What a moment for the 21-year-old from Nîmes.
Over pretty much unopposed too. Good line out, good throw to start it from the try scorer himself, and he sweeps round. Van Niekerk's drawn in. Thank you very much. Nobody lays the hand, and is he a happy boy?
Well, it's one of the great pipe and slippers moments, isn't it? Have I ever told you about the day I scored a try in the Rugby World Cup against the former world champions in Sydney? Well, let me just run you through it one more time. Where's that video?
We started out by saying, can the South African side get into their first team? Well, I think a few of these Georgians are going to get into their first team.
Oh, is this Australia playing here? I missed something. Atmosphere sensational. 29-16. You know what's happening out there.
A great impulser, as you say. I thought he had the line at his mercy. He didn't pass. I mean, didn't look to. Well, he passed to a Georgian player for a start.
Taken by Botha. Stefan Terblanche coming in off the wing. Russell going for a hat-trick of tries. 8 metres short. De Kock. Mudarbadze, the referee again, is playing an advantage. Huharts. Good little chip that, wasn't it? Good little chip. The referee wants to have a look. It was Jacques Fleury taking the time out. Alan Lewis on the far side, he wasn't 100% sure.
Touch and goal. Thank you. You got that touch and grounding.
Well, Alan Lewis has just said to the referee he thinks it's okay. We'll make a decision, Mr. Lewis. That's what you're there for. I think it's try time myself. No wrong with that at all. Alan Lewis could have seen that quite comfortably. I don't know why we're going up to the TV official, the video ref as they call it, but we are upstairs. Alan Lewis is perfectly positioned, I have to say.
The only doubt might be if his right elbow was on the whitewash. No, I think that's a try.
Not a doubt, wasn't there? Come on, you know what the result is. I don't know, again, as I say, Alan Lewis is spot on.
Downward pressure before his right elbow was anywhere near the white line. There's the freeze frame we were waiting for. And Derek Huchart's already preparing to take the conversion, so he's pretty confident.
I can't believe they haven't made a decision. Why they're seeing another replay, I've got no idea at all. That admittedly looks close to the elbow, but the front-on replay shows clearly this is the one. This is the one to look at. Watch the ball. Forget the elbow. Watch the ball. It's on the ground now. It's a try. Let's get on with it.
Joël Dumais is the television official.
After all that, I'll probably give a 5-yard scrum.
You got a decision? Okay, one more.
He wants another one. Another replay. He wants the shot from the helicopter.
Well, this isn't going to tell him. That is the worst angle to look at it from, because you can't see the line parallel with the ball or the hand. That's useless angle. This is the angle. This is the only angle to see it from. Ball's down now. That's downward pressure.
You there, Joel? Okay, so it is a try, okay? We're right to give the decision? Okay. Time back on.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Why are you not the television official, Jamie? Because you're very good at it.
Well, it's pretty simple. Well, I'd have popped it out of Lewis for not making the decision himself. He's right there. That was the only angle to look at it from. There's no other angle was relevant in my book. Good little kick. Let's get back to why the try was scored. It was a good little kick through from how hard.
Well, that took 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes that decision. I mean, it's great if you're the Georgian front row, but not for the crowd or anybody else, is it?
Yeah. I think what we're going to find, though, is the Georgians not going to be helped by a yellow card soon, because they have certainly transgressed in that area.
The version is successful. I've seen him play, and he's a good sevens operator. 30 caps for his country at 15s. Well, Georgia managing to come up with that one through Chikadze. They've set it well too. Dundashvili goes in to clear it out for Motorbadze. They've got two thumping great centres, huge guys, Iloshvili and Katsat. Kamazaridze is a big guy too, and trying to dart his way through is Kerviri Kashviri. South African down injured, so an extra man for Georgia if they can take advantage of it. Katsadze, Motorbadze. And this is Dundashvili, a try scorer. Oh, he was bounced hard by Rottenbach. Motorbadze, South African player, looked to me as it was in the way between the scrum half and the out half. Stuart Dickinson is going to give the penalty to Georgia. There were at least 2 infringements there, but I think the first one was for getting between. Yeah.
Please go back.
Yeah, lazy. Yeah. Thank you, Stuart.
We're going for goal. Racking up the points.
Lawrence Sapaka, blood injury. They've got 2 props on the bench. South Africa, Dale Sampton and Christo Besaidenhood, who started against England. Taking over the kicking duties in the absence of Jim Shaladze is the 19-year-old wine-making student. Skydiver in his spare time. Mirak Kerviri Kashvili. And he parachutes Georgia up to 19 points, and it's 36-19. It's a very respectable performance, a very respectable scoreline for the men from Georgia. Yeah, it looks very ad hoc, this performance, as if it is lacking in structure. And Burger just outside the Georgian 22. De Kock, Huhart. John Schmidt, the captain, just inside the Georgian 22 now. Dale Santon, the replacement prop forward, is on the pitch. Huhart. Rousseau, he really is strong. He's a brute of a man, is Rousseau. With acceleration too. Dale Santon in his first Rugby World Cup match. De Kock, straight running from Schmidt, picked up by Huhart. Bakis Botha, straight running by Bakis Botha. 2 tries against Uruguay, and now 1 against the Georgians. And that was a little bit better from South Africa last, breaking down this beleaguered and exhausted Georgian defence.
It's been a long time coming, though. The Georgians were all over the place. As you say, they're pretty exhausted now. Bakis Botha takes his chance well. He wasn't looking to pass, was he? Off his right foot, side step, straighten it up. But Georgia have done pretty well to last this long. Well, he's been waiting a long time to do that, I suppose.
So South African put in. into the final minute. 41 points to 19 to South Africa. They led 24-6 at the break, and really have expected them to pull away in the second half as Georgia tired. Hasn't been like that at all. This is Burger. Oh, Burger is so strong. And it is a maybe final try here for South Africa. He'll be delighted. His family, his whole family's going to be delighted with that. As Jamie says, his father's in the crowd. It's on his international debut. And South Africa 46 points to 19 now.
Well, look at the hole there that Burger gets through. It's pretty wide, but he finishes it off. Naturally a happy boy, nothing better than A, making a debut, and B, scoring on it. You can't beat that. That's wonderful for the young man, and they do have considerable hopes. And there's a lot of young players in this side, and perhaps they're the ones that can take South Africa forward in the next few years.
Yes, they did win the World Under-21 Championship, so that's where the future lies for South Africa. Derek Hookart misses, and the final whistle is blown by Stuart Dickinson. It has not been a consummate performance by any stretch of the imagination by South Africa tonight. Yes, they scored a few tries, but they have not played well. The final score, South Africa 46, Georgia 19.